If my chair's squeaky, I do apologize. I changed up my office chair, and so it's might have a little bit of noise, but it's a lot more comfortable. I think in the past when I would, okay, cool. Whenever I would stream my old office chair, and it would just, man, it would just at the end of 2 hours, I'd be hurting. So we've got double island opt or res casta. Yeah, I'm not super wild. Let's go and mulligan on this one. Yeah, we can keep on. There's some clunky hands you can keep with this deck, but we'll definitely keep on this. And then scry opt on top. Yeah, let's go and leave opt on top. That way we can at least use that for a little bit of card advantage for next turn. But this is black blue Tezzeret. If you don't know, I love Tezzeret. Tezzeret's one of the best cards out there. I'm gonna call this shrine. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna go and pass the turn. But yeah, Tezzeret. So the name of the game is basically just getting down a lot of artifacts, and that's gonna allow us to slowly start working towards the black blue Tezzeret. And then once we get him down, we can start going for that +2 ability and really start blasting our opponent with that metal crap. Well, not necessarily metal crap, but whatever little Tezzeret witch hand thing. I think is really goofy looking. I remember from the last stream, I was like, that looks like a witch's hand. Okay, so let's go. I think at this point we're going to go swamp, and we're going to go for Sorcerer Spyglass just to kind of see what our opponent's got going on. So we're looking at Teferi, Liliana. It looks like we're playing against Esper Planeswalkers. We're not too worried about the Wanderer, Liliana Dreadhorde. That's really far away. We still have Wrath's Contempt. I think we just go to Fairy on this one. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to go to Fairy. Time Raveler. There we go. So we're going to name Teferi with Sorcerer Spyglass, and we're just going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, long story short, we're going to get down a bunch of artifacts. And one of the cool things that you can run in here is we do have a Saheeli in here. And that way, you see that we had Opt earlier and some other discard stuff. So once we go for those, we can really kind of start to get a lot of those Thopter tokens on the battlefield. And then those artifact tokens, that really kind of helps that Tezzeret count. I think at this point, let's go Mana Geo. That way we're going to get an extra Scry. And it looks like our opponent is stuck. No, I think they have a blue. We don't need Crime. Yeah, they do have Drowned Catacombs. I was about to say, I think they were stuck on blue mana, but they have Drowned Catacomb in their hand. So we can go for Binding. And let's see if they grab the Spyglass. Okay. Either way, we're getting a Tezzeret down next turn, which is going to be pretty good. So let's go Islands, go Tezzeret. And the main thing Tezzeret does in this game is we're basically just cashing in card draw. Now, one of the things that you can do with Tezzeret, you can go for the +1 to create a Thopter artifact token and slowly work towards that. But I think at this point, since we're playing against a control deck, we just want to start drawing as many cards as we can. So we draw into Cry, which is not the best card. But one of the things that this deck has a huge problem with is Low to the Ground. Mono red, mono white, a lot of cards like that are pretty hard for this deck to deal with. So our opponent does end up finding Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. So we're going to go for Vraska's Contempt with them completely tapped out. And they simply just going to be able to untap 2 lands. So I feel pretty safe about getting this to stick. So let's go Vraska's Contempt. Actually, let's go for the... Well, if we go Treasure... Yeah, let's go Vraska's Contempt on Teferi. There we go. And we're going to go for the... let's see if we can't start getting 2 card draw. Let's go for the +1 to create a Thopter token. And then once we go for Watery Grave, we're going to pay 2 life. We're going to go and shock in and get down Treasure Map. Now, Treasure Map's actually really good in this build because with Treasure Map, we can start to scry each turn. And then once we get those 3 counters on that, it's going to give us... got Liliana coming down. Whenever we get those 3 treasure tokens, that really helps us... pump up some really nice Tezzeret. But we are sitting at 0, so let's go for the 0 ability. We're going to be able to draw 2 cards since we do have at least 3 artifacts. Oh, there we go. Find ourselves a Tezzeret. -4. Okay, so we've got a little bit of time against Liliana, and we've got a pretty nice artifact count at this point. So I think we just go Tezzeret? Yeah, I kind of like that. We're just going to plus up 2. Now, this is basically just going to be like a Lightning Helix at this point right now, but I like going for that. So we're going to go for the Tezzeret Master of Bridge. Look at, there's the Witch Hand. Hey, what's up? Howdy from Brazil. That's pretty cool. And then since we have nothing else to do, we're going to go Treasure Map for 1. Drowned Catacomb. Not really feeling that. We'll put that on the bottom. Now, they do have a couple zombies out there, at least 1 zombie at this point right now. And yeah, we'll go ahead and swing at Liliana. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to try to keep her in check just a little bit. But with Cry, what we're going to be able to do is get rid of a lot of those zombies to get those zombie tokens. So, but that's cool. Where in Brazil are you from? I'm not super familiar with it, but and I'm going to try to say your name, Lucio Lupus. Sometimes I can roll through stop signs trying to pronounce names. Super Wesley 64. What have you been playing on Arena recently? It is a very goofy hand. It's just like there's a lot of cool animations out there, but then sometimes you just see that witch's hand, and you're like, there just needs to be a little bit more like meat on the bone or something. It just looks like it looks like something Mr. Bones' Wild Ride or something like that. It's gonna reach out and trying to grab you real quick. But it's kind of fun playing this deck because it's oh no, we got hit with the Elder Spell. Oh, that's a bummer. Anyway, there's two Tezzeret Masters. Hey, Carter, what's happening, buddy? Glad you can get in here. Yeah, exactly. We do need to get the scry going, but we got hit with that Elder Spell, and that's pretty gnarly. Each opponent chooses a permanent. So choose an artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker, any land. Oh no! All right, so we're gonna choose water. What a great way to get this thing started. So we're gonna keep these, I guess. Oh no! Oh, oh! Welcome to the stream, everybody. If you're signing in, look at this. This is we've got 3 permanents on the battlefield, but we do hit anticipate, so we're gonna keep trying. But this is hey, it's not looking good. And I guess at this point, maybe if we get lucky, we can just go a bunch of mana geodes somehow. It did start out pretty good. Do we want to push in with? Yeah, might as well just go and swing in at Liliana, just get rid of her. Yeah, that was brutal, the Elder Spell. Yeah, they put the 2 loyalty counters on there, so we have no more board state. Hey, Ralph, greetings. Thank you for watching all the way over from Germany. My family, I'm not necessarily German, but my family from a very long time ago was from Germany, so I don't know, it's always kind of cool. I've always wanted to visit there. I've never visited there, so I feel that'd be a pretty fun trip. And oh, this is bad. And if we don't hit a land, hey, so there's sometimes in Magic where you just you've seen enough, and you just good game. So we're gonna go and scoop this one up and move on to the next game. That when you get all your stuff blown up, it's a little hard to keep it going. All right, so we're gonna try to do Tezzeret again, then we'll switch back. We got other decks to go for. My favorite commander, it'd have to be. I've got a few different favorite commanders, so let me think about that for a second. So let's switch over to that Mardu 8 rack. I think that's what we had coming up next. So let's go Mardu 8 rack. This is one of those decks that whenever we lose, we play a lot. Favorite commander would have to be the Church of Athreos, and the reason for that is it was like the second or third deck that I built for my channel like 3 or 4 years ago, and just to see what I've turned it into, it's just kind of a really cool thing. And there's just so many different ways you can win with that deck too. I mean, it's aristocrats. You can just fun. So we've got Isolated Chapel, Sacred Foundry, Mountain, Cleansing Nova. Yeah, we've got Light Up the Stage. We'll keep on this one. I like it. And then look at our. It always makes you laugh whenever. Not laugh, if you're on Arena, you can do this. They have them there. But when that matching avatar and the matching guild pack cards, I always feel like it's like a pro wrestler just like staring us down. But I have to say Athreos is my, yep, there you go. You got it. Athreos would be my favorite. Outside of that, man, I really enjoy playing. Let me get my Excel sheet popped up because I looked the other day and I've got so many commanders that it's just hard to keep keep track sometimes because there's certain commanders that I just love playing, and it helps if I just look at my list. So Athos is definitely one of my favorite. And then actually Azor Banhammer, he is a ton of fun. Let's go Isolated Chapel. Now I think next time we're going to try to stick this Mind Rot. Azor's a lot of fun just because I love drawing cards and gaining a lot of life. And so Azor's definitely up there. Just being able to have Sphinx Revelation on a stick, that always ends up being a lot of fun. DJ Locust, the Locust God, that's one of those, it's kind of like my fast food commander deck. Like, it never gets old playing the Locust God because it just... there's just so many times where like if we don't hit something this turn, we're gonna lose next turn, and then you hit like one wheel effect, and next thing you know, there's like 30 insect tokens on the battlefield, and your opponent's like, well, okay, I was gonna win that one. Oh, nice. I need to play. So with Karametra Bugs, I need to go back to that. And I need to. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back to that Karametra deck because that I always had a lot of fun playing that, and it could definitely use a little bit of an update. I think that'd be pretty cool. Now our opponent did end up taking Mind Rot, so let's go Mountain. We could go for Carnival, but they don't have a creature. Yeah, that's not going to work. So let's just straight up just go for a light up the stage. Hopefully we hit a couple different land drops. All right, Clifftop Retreat, and we get that down next turn. We do need to find one more black source semi-quick. That way we can at least, go for Bedevil or something like that. But yeah, Karametra Bugs. I need to go back and do that because that was really fun. I think one day, I don't know why I stopped playing it, but I wanted to change. That's what it was. I changed Karametra into Karametra Walls, and then Arcades came out like a month later. I was like, "Ooh, okay. Let's go Clifftop Retreat. We can at least go for Carnage. Yeah, so let's go Carnage up top. We're going to deal that 3 damage to our opponent, make them discard 2 cards, and then whatever sort of plan they're trying to build, hopefully we can just keep this going. This is what makes this deck fun, is you can just tap out 4 mana for a Carnage and just punch them in the face and make them discard a couple cards. Oh, nice. I need to, so fun, the werewolf deck, that's for my wife. It's my wife's birthday deck. I do need to play it more, but that was the one card that she requested. She always, for some reason, she loves that deck. And then let's see what else. So, oh, Brutaclad. Brutaclad is definitely one of my favorite commander decks. Yeah, because I don't necessarily have a favorite commander deck. It's like trying to pick your favorite kid. You have ones that you may, I don't have, you may have ones that you may favor more, but yeah, I always have just basically an assortment of commanders that I really enjoy. But with Brutaclad, that's a really fun. You just end up with some really fun board states. All right, so opponent's going to go for Thought Erasure and take our last Carnage, which I really enjoy. And since we don't have another black source, we're simply just going to have to pass the turn to our opponents. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find ourselves into a Planeswalker, and that'll really kind of amplify it. And let's go over here. So in Depala Demolition Derby, that's one of those commanders that I really enjoy playing. I don't play it enough, but it just makes, like, if you can win, because Depala is really hard to win with. I mean, you're playing vehicles and you're playing dwarfs, so you're already behind, and you're playing Boros, so it's kind of like, and I don't enjoy playing Boros, but if you can pull a Depala win, that is one of the best feelings out there. Okay, so we don't hit another black source, but we're still set up for a pretty good amount of stuff. So let's just go and pass the turn to our opponent. And that's the other good thing, is you get in this stack to where, if you're just ripping non-land cards, pretty much everything in here kills something on the board. So you're pretty much set to deal with stuff. So we've got Depala, Niv Mizzet. Okay, so they're going to be able to grab a bunch of stuff. Do we want to go for Mortify? Yeah, let's go Mortify. That way, just in case we need to hold on to final payment. So we're going to get rid of Niv Mizzet, and then hopefully we don't get hit too hard. So they're going to get a Knight of Autumn. They're going to get Thought Erasure, and then Hostage Taker. So let's see what they end up grabbing out. That's a pretty good little pile. Oh, that's very interesting. So basically they're kind of playing like 5 color. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see what our opponent's going to take. They're going to take Thought Erasure and Knight of Autumn. All right, so we don't hit another land, and then we're simply just going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we'll see what they end up grabbing with Thought Erasure. And let's see who else. I always enjoy playing Grinzo. Grinzo was one of the very first decks that I built, and that was, I don't know, it's just fun going for those blind fires. Oh, with the, yeah, the art on Carnage is really gnarly looking. Some of my favorite Magic artists. Now, here's the downside. I'm horrible at remembering names. You may hear me butcher a lot of Magic card names before. It's hard to remember names, but Seth McKinnon's stuff is just really good looking. And I know he's one of the more popular Magic artists, but the fact that he's kind of, and here it is right here. You can see that Bedevil art. The fact that, and then on Growth Spiral too. I'd probably have to say him because, I mean, just look at these 2 different things, We're looking at Bedevil. You can see the huge, wonderful contrast with black-red. And, oh, yeah, let's go for this Mind Rot. We're going to make our opponent discard 2 cards. We're just trading Thought Erasures and double him to Turox right now, and I'm really enjoying this. But, yeah, Seb McKinnon, and there he is on Mind Rot, too, so just looks really good. I would have to look at a few of the other card art because there's a lot of card art that I really enjoy. In fact, let me look at Grizzly Salvage. See who did that, because that is one of my favorite cards. Dave Kendall, yeah, Grizzly Salvage, just the black green. I love cards that really make you feel you know what that card is. Like Grizzly Salvage, just black green. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we just need one more black source. So we'll just go and pass the turn. Now, if we can finally find that second black source so we can deal with these double chromatic lanterns, that'll kind of cut off their little 5-color game plan at this point. So hopefully we can hit that at some point. And let's see, let's get some of the my other favorite commanders pulled up. Yeah, pretty much any sort of aristocrat decks. That's always fun to play. Mogus God of Metal. That's another one of those commander decks that it's really hard to get a win sometimes. If you know, because I don't like to build. All right, light up the stage. We're just gonna straight up just rip this light up the stage, and just try to hit a black source. All right, there we go. Okay, so we go Blood Crypt, and we're gonna go ahead and pay 2 life. Our opponent has no board state develop, and if we need to go for final payment, then we can go for final payment. So we're gonna go and shock in Blood Crypt. They know that final payment's gonna be coming. Oh, Muldrotha. So I love Sultai, I love Graveyard. Muldrotha is, oh, that's some good magic. All right, so opponent's going to get down Niv Mizzet. We're going to go ahead and jam this final payment right now just to kind of nip it. So we're going to pay this final life. And that's the other cool thing about this deck is we are pretty aggressive with our life total because we just want to put our opponent in top deck mode. And then once we're in top deck, once they're in top deck mode, we can hopefully close the game out. So we're going to go for final payment. We're going to allow them to cash in an extra card draw. But we'll see what we can run into. Sacred Foundry. Okay, so if we end up going Sacred Foundry, we can get rid of Chromatic Lantern. We need to use Bedevil before it goes away. Yeah, I think we do. Let's go and go Bedevil and Chromatic Lantern. And we've got a bunch of Planeswalkers in here, so if we can rip into one of these Planeswalkers sometime soon, let's go and have that enter the battlefield tap, then we'll go and pass the turn. Oh, Goblin Lackey, yeah. So a Goblin Lackey, he looks really good, but the original Goblin Lackey, if you look up the old art, it looks like he's at a kid's Goblin's birthday party, and he's like peeking around the corner because somebody mentioned cake, and that's all I think about every time I see that. Yeah, well, let's go for a light up the stage again, I think. Yeah, let's go for that. Hoping it's some Planeswalkers pretty soon. Now, if we do run into the Shadow Mage, we can at least get him down this turn. All right, so we go Clifftop Retreat. And then, yeah, do we want to stick a bit? Yeah, we've got just an embarrassment of just removal spells. So let's go Bedevil on Chromatic Lantern. We just, if we can't kill our opponent's creatures, we at least want to get rid of that 5-color effect that they do have. So we're going to get rid of Chromatic Lantern, and then we'll go and pass the turn over to our opponent. So we got Vraska's Contempt, Bedevil, and Kaya's Wrath. So as soon as we can get a Planeswalker like Angrath, then we'll be in a pretty good spot. Yeah, the old school Goblin Lackey, if you want to get a good laugh, look at that card. I mean, it's just such a... I mean, it's a really cool effect, but it's just, I don't know, it's a goofy looking dude. I really enjoy the chain art one. That one looks really good. All right, so we're just going to get a threat down. We're going to go Doom Whisper. Since we are seeing it at 12, maybe we want to get a little aggressive with Doom Whisper. We're going to have this enter the battlefield tapped, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. I don't think we're worried about any sort of a burn spell from our opponent, so we might pay 2 life and kind of dig for at least some sort of Planeswalker threat to get down. I think we might end up doing that, especially if they have some sort of spot removal to use. All right, they're going to go for their own Bedevil. Yeah, let's go for... We've got double Vraska's Contempt, so we can be a little aggressive on this one. Oh, there we go. All right, so this is going to be Angrath on. I knew they were hanging around somewhere. So we're going to grab Angrath, and we'll leave Shadow Mage on top, because that'll really allow us to put in some pretty good work. Hi, Crazy Gamer. And if you heard a bark, that is Sturgill. He wants to know what I'm doing, why I'm not playing with him. So he always likes to sit at the gate and bark at me. So hopefully... It is live. Yeah, I need to do more live stuff. It's just, you know, I do a lot of Commander stuff in the morning, like artwork and editing and different things like that. And so when I get home from work, it's just kind of like my chill out time. And it's not that I don't want to stream. It's just, man, you know, it's just kind of one of those, like, I want to make sure I'm doing a good show for everybody, or at least kind of putting on a good stream. So that's kind of why I don't stream a lot of the times, because I do a lot of recording. All right, so opponent God, enter the God Eternals, okay. And then we still have Bedevil on the, all right, so we're pretty much exactly where we want to be. Opponent is basically in top deck mode. They've got 1 card left. And then we can just keep plussing up on Angrath. You know, it's really fun from our point of view to see that hammer come flying across every single turn. That always, I know that would get pretty annoying if I'm in top deck mode. But we still have Shadow Mage on top, so once we end up going for that... Oh, no! Okay, so we're going to have to sacrifice Angrath. At least this has been a pretty good grindy match so far. And then we'll start to cash in a little bit of extra damage, too. So, and whatever they try to get down, we've got more than enough answers in the hand, so... Oh, nice. So a blue healer. Oh no, Hydroid Crasis. Well, we do have an answer for Hydroid Crasis. And yeah, we're gonna go. Do we want to go for Vrasa's? Them being tapped out. Yeah, we've got more than enough for Vrasa's Contempt next turn. We could use it for a Planeswalker, but we've got a lot of stuff we can go for. And I kind of want to get that life gain going. So we're going to exile Hydroid Crasis. And let's go Rogue Shadow Mage. And I'll talk about Sturgill here in just a second. Oh man, I got super worried that it auto-tapped all of our black mana. Let's go and make our opponent discard a card. And that's the good thing about Shadow Mage is you can just, we got multiple copies. You just keep ticking it down. You can play one in the same turn, just really attack their hand. So I have a blue healer, and he is half Rottweiler, half blue healer. So what it is it was a rescue. Somebody dumped the mom dog off at one of our family friend's house. Well, not at her house, but she does rescue dogs, and somebody had dumped the mom dog off in a neighborhood, and so she took the dog in, and like a week before she gave birth to puppies, and then some sort of rescue group out of Illinois got in contact, and they sent her all the stuff through Amazon, and so they would have just kind of like wine and puppy nights, and that was always a lot of fun. So we'd go over there as soon as they could open their eyes. So I've been holding Sturgill since he was a little puppy and had horrible puppy breath. And I don't know, I always liked him because he was like, he looked like a he had the body of a baked potato, like a potato, and just like with little legs. He's just a little short, fat dude. And so I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. He looked like a little Saint Bernard with his kind of patch over there. So that's what drew me to him, and he's been a really nice dog so far. You know, he does puppy things sometimes, but other than that, he's a really good. All right, so we're gonna be able to catch a Niv Mizzet Reborn, and let's go for Kaya. I'm going to go for the +1 and just really start attacking their graveyard. And this deck is a very grindy deck, and I love it, and it's a lot of fun. So at this point, we're going to try to get rid of the high-impact creatures, just in case they have a way to bring stuff back. So we're going to get rid of Niv Mizzet, and let's get rid of Hydroid Crasis. Where are you, buddy? No, we exiled Hydroid Crasis, so we'll get rid of that next Niv Mizzet. All right. The other cool thing with Kaya is that we get that ultimate with 5. There's a lot of times where you keep going for the +up with Angrath and different things like that, to where you can just kind of go for a quick little Kaya activation and close the game out. All right, it's going to be 2 more damage, puts him down to 9. And then hopefully we can just set it and forget it. Yeah, he is. He's a very good boy. I take him to work with me. I work a warehouse job, so all right, opponent's going to scoop it up. I take him to work with me in the mornings, and then I go out on route sometimes, and so I drop him off at the house, and usually around lunchtime, he's already ready for a nap anyway, and so he hangs out in the kennel until I get off work, and then we go for walks, and a bunch of fun stuff. We'll see what the reward is. Steadfast Armor Sword. So Narset coming down. But speaking of 2 months old, my wife and I, we are expecting a child, so I'm really excited about that. So that's something that I've been dying to tell the channel, but when we're just kind of, want to make sure certain things are tests and different things that come back, positive. And but yeah, we're expecting a little girl in November, Thanksgiving baby. So you'll so it'll be a very interesting couple months. So let's go routes there. I'm definitely still planning on doing the channel. So if you're worried about channel stuff, I'm still going to be doing it. I'll probably just have to back off just for a little bit until we can get the BB established. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. Let's go. Oh, don't worry about it, Tyler. You don't have to do it right now. Just whenever you think about it, just leave a comment on a random video and leave the list. That'd be good. So I think at this point, we're just going to, can we deal damage to, it'd be creature. Yeah, so let's go for the +1. Thank you. And then, oh yeah, binding. I think it's, yeah, binding's going to be a good option for us. That'll make sure that they can't keep casting Narset. And then we'll simply just going to go and pass the turn. Thank you, Carter. Yeah. My wife and I, we found out that she was pregnant. It was funny because we got in bed, and the first thing I do is pull up girl names, and she pulls up boy names. So she was team boy, I was team girl. And I was really happy. Oh, Nicol Bolas. All right, so we'll definitely be using binding on Nicol Bolas to get rid of him and stop him. But yeah, I wanted a little girl really bad, and so we got the results back, and it was a little girl. I was extremely happy. I mean, I've always wanted a little girl. Whenever I've thought about having a kid, like as a younger, yeah, I know, no sleep. That's what I've constantly been told. So let's go for binding. Yeah, on Nicol Bolas. We need to get rid of Nicol Bolas. Get out of here, partner. We don't need you. not at this point. And we go island, that way they don't know what's in our hand, and we'll pass it back over there. But yeah, I've always wanted a little girl, and that's always what I've kind of envisioned in my head. So we're really excited, and can't wait for her to be here. I have a little niece, and she's always been asking for a cousin to play with, so gonna give her a cousin. Yeah, that's what the only downside is. I'm not cranky if I don't get enough sleep, but it's just like I like getting good sleep. I get up early, I go to bed early, but it's just kind of like if my sleep schedule gets messed up, I'm kind of iffy sometimes. But we'll make it work. It's like having a puppy. You just got to get through the rough baby stages at first. Do we go deafening clarion just to get rid of goblin electromancer? That's going to put us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we still end up going opt. Yeah, I think we're okay. I mean, because this deck's probably really low to the ground. I mean, not very low to the ground. So getting rid of Goblin Electromancer, that's going to be fine. We can still have Sinister Sabotage and go for opt. So let's see if they want to cash in some of these radical ideas. I'm just going to force them to discard a card. Yeah, I don't think we want to fight over that. If they want to have a Goblin Electromancer, that's fine. But yeah, it'll be November 22nd is the due date, and I'll be telling the channel or doing an announcement or something sometime soon. But at least when you said you were holding the 2-month-old, I was like, oh yeah, I could talk about it now. Trying my best to make it work. We're still trying to figure out that process, but we're excited. We're gonna have some good times. So we've got rounds. Yeah, let's go on mulligan. Kind of want to see some counter magic or yeah, there we go, or something like anticipate. We'll keep on that. Oh, and Sarkhan. Yeah, we'll put that on top. Why not? That's what we came here to do, is to get some Planeswalker Dragons. So, like, sometimes when I get a deck idea, let's put Steam Vincent in play tapped. I usually get blown out by a deck. I'm like, okay, well, I want to build that now. And I got blown out by Sarkhan. I think it was like a Teamer Sarkhan deck. And so I was like, well, I'll just make Jeskai. That'll be fun. All right, so we run into Anticipate. Let's go Island. And then we'll jam and Anticipate during, just in case there's Quinn. Yeah, we're going to go for Anticipate now because I want this to stick. And we'll grab Sulphur Falls. Yeah, there we go. So we do need to find ourselves at least another white source sometime soon. Jade Light Ranger. But yeah, having kids, it's it's kind of one of those things that we're very thankful for, that it happened relatively quickly. We didn't have to try that long, so that was always a good thing. You always get worried something like that's gonna take a good while. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pass the turn. We have Sinister Sabotage, and then hopefully we can stick a Anticipate. A lot of War Elves, yeah, definitely not gonna counter that. Let's see if we can't catch something else. What else are they gonna get down? Okay, so at this point, we're just going to go for Anticipate. Now, if we can find Deafening Clarion. All right, there we go. There is our white source, and we've got five mana too. And the Cleansing Nova is going to allow us to clean this entire board up. So, well, if they keep deploying these creatures out, we might even wait a little bit more. And then once they just dump them all out, then we just go for Cleansing Nova. All right, anything else? We're going to pass the turn. But yeah, as far as kids go, I'm excited. I told my wife if she had twins, a boy and a girl, then we would just be done right then and there. Yeah, I think we go Sinister on Tameo. That's going to be some good value if we don't stop it right now. So we're going to go for Sinister Sabotage and then Steam Vents on top. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go and put that into the graveyard. And hopefully we can get a few more Planeswalkers for Sarkhan. But yeah, if we can hit the boy-girl ratio, we'll definitely be done at 2 kids. I think that would be pretty cool. Oh, and then we draw into Super Secret Cleansing Nova. So let's go Super Secret Cleansing Nova. We're going to destroy all creatures. Oh yeah, no, trust me. Yeah, I totally no. I if I could take 2 weeks off to help her, I would love to do that. But it's just kind of one of those, like, it's kind of like, I'm trying to think how to describe it. Kind of like Saffron at MTG Goldfish. Like, he's MTG Goldfish. Like, there's a lot of things that I do at work that like revolve around me, and it's hard for me to be gone all the time. So I'm trying to make it work to where it'll be like, come in the mornings and for a little bit, then come back and help her, because I definitely want to help her because she's going to be a trooper through this entire thing. I think at this point they've got double Tameo out there. Yeah, let's just go and go Sarkhan. Let's just go and plus up 1. Yeah, let's go for it. And this is the fun part, just getting down Sarkhan. We get a few more Planeswalkers hopefully sometime soon. So we're going to go for the +1. Gonna turn him into a 4/4 dragon. We'll have Sacred Foundry enter tapped, and then we'll just pass turn back over there. So hopefully we get him to stick, and we get a few more Planeswalkers and get these Jeskai dragons swinging in. Oh, they're going for Command the Dreadhorde. All right, so they're digging for that, and I love that. Now, we do need to find some sort of answer for Tamio, hopefully sometime soon. Oh, I was just say, if they name Hydroid Krasis, they can definitely get some good value. Ooh, Finale of Revelation. That's a good thing. So we could go. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go for Finale. Yeah, I think we need to go for 5 card draw. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what we want to see. All right, so we go Steam Vents for the turn. I'd like to see a few more lands, but at least get that down next turn. Do we get a 4/4 dragon? Because it's swinging for 5, knock it down. Yeah, I think we just plus up for 1. And then no attack, because, yeah, we'll just run into Hydroid Krasis, then we'll pass it back over to our opponent. Yeah, and I would love to just take off time to help her, but I'm going to make it work. It'll be fun. But yeah, with kids, if we hit a boy-girl with 2 kids, then we'll definitely be, oh, they do find Command the Dreadhorde. And they do have enough mana for it. So let's see if they end up going for it. Okay, if they're going to go double Growth Walkers, then that kind of puts us in a spot where we can go Cleansing Nova, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then Steam Vents, I think we should be able to go Cleansing Nova and still hold up Absorb. All right, that, just smash that. Now, we have to watch out for, yeah, I think we've got enough mana. So we go Cleansing Nova, and then we get down Sulfur Falls to stop that. Yeah, that'll be good. All right, so we go for Cleansing Nova. That's going to clear the entire board out. And then we go Sulfur Falls. That way we're not having to shock anything in. Let's go for the +1. That's going to turn him into a dragon. That's going to allow us to swing in at Tamio. Love it. There we go. Swinging at Tamio. That's going to knock him down. Get rid of Tamio, send her to the graveyard, and then we've got an answer for Command the Dreadhorde. Yeah, and then we'll go and pass. If they don't end up going for Command the Dreadhorde, at least we can go for Absorb to counter that spell. Now that's one of these Command the Dreadhorde is one of those cards that I want to try out in Commander, but I don't know if it's going to be too clunky or not. Oh, now, hey, congratulations, Tyler. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited. Look at that. They're sitting at 33. Yeah, so we go for Absorb. This is a pretty sweet deck by our opponent. Then it just kind of sticks over there. All right, so and then we go Sulfur Falls. Let's go for Teferi. Let's go for the +1, and now we're really getting to that point there. Look at Teferi. Look at that dragon. Teferi's a dragon. All right, so we're going to go swing in with Sarkhan. It's hard not to imagine Teferi with dragon wings. All right, we're going to swing it for 4, knock him down to 29, and then slowly work our way towards closing the game out with a flying. Oh, I did not plus up on Teferi. Sorry about that. I got really excited. Well, also, when it turns into a 4/4 dragon, we need to do that first. Okay, so that makes sense. They're going to go for Tamio. I think we Sinister on this. Yeah, we're going to Sinister Sabotage. Yeah, that was my... Ooh, Ralzeric. Yeah, we're going to grab Ralzeric. And the Wild Growth Walker. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely a misplay on my part, going for that Teferi. Not going for the Teferi first. I thought we could do it on the second main phase, but I forgot that they just turned into another creature. Let's go... I'm almost tempted to go Anticipate to try to draw into like another counter spell. So let's go for the +1. Hey, what's happening, Bernardo? Yes, I am. Just announced it. My wife and I are expecting, so we're really excited. Let's go and swing in with Dragon. Dragon Teferi. All right, so we're going to swing in. Knock them down to 19. Yeah, I think we can go around. If they top deck a Dreadhorde, they're not going to have enough mana for that. So let's go for the +1. Look at the top 2 cards. Maybe we get lucky. We'll grab Glacial Fortress. And then get down Glacial Fortress for the turn. Yeah, then we're just going to go and pass turn. All right. We'll get to untap 2 lands, untap that, and we'll untap another blue source. And then we draw into another Teferi, or maybe drew into Lava Coil. I love imagining Teferi just turning into like Game of Thrones on this. All right, so we got Wild Growth Walker staring down just all these Dragon Planeswalkers, not even knowing where to go at all on this. He's gonna swing in at Teferi. I don't blame him. And that's the cool thing is, whenever they swing it deals 1 damage to him. All right, so let's stick this. Try to go for this Anticipate. Oh, there we go. Grab a counter spell. Would have loved to grab Saheeli, but oh, we got another counter spell too. So let's go value first. Let's go +1. Look at the top 2 cards. We'll grab Sulphur Falls. Let's go for Teferi, draw a card. We draw into Super Secret Ralzeric. And so I think at this point we go Sulphur Falls. And let's go for the +1. Look at that. That's some good magic. All right, so we're going to go and swing in. Got the whole entire Planeswalker crew swinging in. It's going to knock him down to 7. And we could try to stick a Teferi on the back end, but we've got double counter magic. So we're going to untap 0 lands and then pass the turn back over. Thank you, Bernardo. Yeah, we're really excited. This is something that we've been looking forward to. And yeah, I don't know. It's different. You know, like my buddy, ooh. It's going to go Hydroid Krasis and really cash in some card draw. Okay. All right, so they're going to put him back up to 10, but that's going to be them completely tapping out. And I think we still have to Sinister Sabotage the actual Hydroid Krasis. Okay, because that should clear the way next turn once we go for it. And we'll put Opt down on the bottom. But yeah, having a little baby girl. So we're really excited. And, you know, I always wanted a little girl, but the main thing I wanted, you know, healthy baby. Healthy baby is what you always want, first and foremost. Okay, so we're going to, no funny business, Lebowski. We're going to go for the +1. Oh, look at that. Dragon Force 1 swinging in. Knock our opponent down. There we go. Knock him down to -2 and close it out. So we came what we wanted. We got what we wanted for with that Jeskai deck. So let's go ahead and cross that Jeskai Dragons off. And we did Mardu 8 rack. Ooh, let's go for Simic Manipulation. That is a one of my fun. Actually, I'm gonna mute the mic for just a second. Okay, sorry about that. My kind of my nasal passage has been getting a little dry. Now we're actually very slowly working towards that 752. And if we wanted to really clean that out, let's go for a quick little Mardu Aristocrats. Mardu Bantu, because that's going to get the creature count. We can get that 750 coins, so that way we can kind of grind it out. But yeah, my buddy Super Wesley 64 to the people in the chat room. This is my my paper commander buddy. So, and he has a child too. So I'm excited to. He has a little girl too. So I'm really excited. Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited for us to have some magic, some very strong magic playing girls. That's gonna be really fun for us. As far as our opening hand with the Tajik line up the stage, this is kind of clunky. You want to have some 1 and 2 drops. So let's go ahead and mulligan. Oh, yeah, we're going to keep on this one. I like it. And then hopefully a 1 drop or 2 drops on top. And the priests are, yeah, that'll work out. It's not a multicolored one, but we can do this. We go Godless Shrine into play tap, and that'll allow us to kind of roll them out from there. But yeah, Super Wesley 64 and I are hoping to build a, if they ever get a 4 magic team, then we'll have all the girls that we need. We'll go for Hero Precinct 1. We'll get Hero down, and then Cruel Celebrant is a wonderful draw. That'll allow us to get the Blood Artist going. If we could just find Bantu, then we can sack the entire board out. But yeah, she's definitely going to be playing Magic. It's going to be hard for her to grow up in this house and not be playing Magic, so that'll be fun. Because I told I wanted a little girl, and then I told my wife, if I have a little boy, then they'll definitely be in Magic, and if I have a little girl, which I want, then I can force her into Magic, and it'll be fun. She'll love it. Let's go, just while we've got it active, so let's go Dragon Skull Summit. Yeah, I think we want to go Cruel Celebrant, just to get it on the battlefield and catch that extra one. Yeah, my buddy, Super Wesley 64, he's definitely raising his daughter to be a goblin girl, so I'm going to have to raise her to be a mono blue girl just to kind of compete. That'll be kind of fun. All right, an opponent goes for Merfolk Trickster, tapping down our Hero Precinct 1, which that's okay. We're Hero Precinct 1's here just to bring some humans to the table. That'll be a weird thing to get to that point to where you can not have to worry about them tearing up things. That'll be a really good feeling. And then Blood Crypt. Okay, so we go. Tajik does have haste, and that's going to give us an extra token to swing in with. How do we want to set this up? We could go for a setup next turn, Hero of Precinct 1, Priest of Forgotten Gods. Yeah, let's do that. If we're going to go for a Bantu win, I kind of like going for that. Shock in Blood Curve. We're going to pay 2 life. Let's go Hero of Precinct 1. And then we're going to go Priest of Forgotten Gods. In this house, we play goblins. Yeah, so my buddy and I, Wes has always been a goblin player. And it's funny because the first time I played Necasaur against him, I had all those wheel effects, and Wes was like, "What is this? This is not magic." I changed decks very quickly, so every time I think of Necasaur, I think of him. Oh, nice, Tyler. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning on doing. Is just kind of just having the core concept of playing games, just always playing with common games and then going from there. Next to counters fails. All right, so we do. Yeah, let's go Swamp, and I think we just go to Jeek. Yeah, I like that. That's going to give us the haste ability and give us Mentor, give us double Hero Precinct 1 triggers. We are kind of staring down a little bit of a weird board state. We can still know going for a Heartfire. Yeah, let's go for that. So let's go and push in. Let's go and swing in with the entire crew. I like that. I'm going to send everybody swinging in. Let's go with the Mentor trigger onto Cruel Celebrant, because that's the one we want to stick around the most. And depending on who they end up blocking, we can actually still go for Heartfire and make this block not be that good. So, and about the only thing they can do with these Druids of the Cows is grabbing this last little human token, which will probably end up sacrificing. And Heartfire, if you're playing Mardu Aristocrats, Heartfire is a very, very good card. It just being able to, you want to sacrifice creatures anyway to begin with, and being able to do that. All right, so we're going to go Heartfire. Let's go ahead and target Merfolk Trickster, and we're going to sacrifice that token. That's one of the good things is, it's just kind of like a free 4 damage almost. All right, so we're going to trade on that, knock them down to... All right, opponent's had enough. They said that's good. Hey! Manda salve a pro Brazil. I don't know how to speak Portuguese. I think that's no Brazilian. Yes, Bernardo, very much. A little parishioner girl. I love that. That's perfect. She's gonna be the new mother of runes. I love that. All the rewards are just dinosaur cards. So we've got Tatyova, Hydroid Krasis, River's Rebuke. Yeah, this is pretty good. We've got Tatyova, a little far away from Tatyova. Typically, you want to see Lana Werewolves and different things like that, but let's go Island, and then we'll go and pass the turn over our opponent. But yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of time. It seems like it's hard to get an active mass manipulation, but you can get it going pretty good. And then Syncopate in this deck is actually really good too, because you can, whenever you get, like, just times like right now, we can just catch it for 1. See if our opponent wants to pay for 1. It just feels really good. Just, oh, you didn't pay 1 mana? All right. And that's actually a pretty good card too. Okay, so we run into Breeding Pool. We won't have that come into play tapped. And the good thing is, at least with Hydro Krasis, we've got 2 Hydro Krasis, so we can at least go next turn for 1. I mean, it's not the best to go for 1 with Hydro Krasis, but at least getting a life gain and a card draw, that's some pretty good magic. So try to further our board state. It looks like we're playing against Mono Black Zombie. Oh, there we go, Mass Manipulation. So that'll be pretty good. We can do some good damage. And yeah, I think we just go, because I really want to hit the land drop next turn to get down Tatyova. So X is going to be, oh no. That's rough. That hurts. I was thinking mass manipulation like the double X. So we just burned a Hydro Krasis for nothing. I'm sure opponents like, I'm just going to throw the oops up there. Yeah, we'll leave it up there. That's a bummer. I hate when stuff like that happens. All right, opponent's going to go Twilight Prophet and then Incubation Druid. Okay, so hopefully we can bounce back from that. We'll go Incubation Druid. Now, if we can gain control of Twilight Prophet, that'll be pretty good for us. And then we'll go ahead and pass the turn. Oh, that was rough. Okay. Yeah, every once in a while, you just like, for some reason, your brain gets something crosswired and you're like, oh, no, that doesn't work that way. I was thinking something. I was thinking the extra mass manipulation. And then mass manipulation, I love the art on mass manipulation. It looks so good. It makes you feel like you're in the audience, like in the crowd at, yeah. We'll go and let them swing in. Mass manipulation, it makes you feel like you're walking through Ravnica and like you can feel like these people gain control and you're like worried about somebody trying to gain control of you or something like that. All right, so we do hit the lane for the turn. We'll go. I think at this point we'll just go One, two, three. Actually, yeah, we can go Hydroid Krasis for 4, and we'll do it better this turn. There we go. All right, so we're going to gain life this turn and draw 2 cards, and that'll put us in a spot to where we can go Tatyova with a land drop, hopefully. And then end up with a 2/2, 4/4 on the battlefield. It's always nice. We can at least kind of stop that Twilight Prophet from swinging in. And we've got little baby Hydroid Krasis. And it's always funny when you imagine what these Hydroid Krasis look like. All right, so there's the murder. I was worried about getting down Tatyova, and I knew there was going to be a murder hanging around somewhere. But, and if we need to, we're at the point now where we can go for River's Rebuke and just hit the reset button on this board state. They can rebound pretty quick with Death Baron and Priest, but if we need to, we can end up going for that. Yeah, you're exactly right. Especially the Grand Warlord Fibblethip. It always like so. Whenever I do that intro, I'll kind of talk about that in a sec. Yeah, let's go Tatyova just to cash in a life gain. They are at 9 permanents because I don't think we want that Twilight Prophet. Yeah, I think I like that. So we go River's Rebuke. Yeah, let's go River's Rebuke. And we're going to send everything back, because if we get an active Twilight Prophet, that's not going to be a lot of fun. That's going to allow us to buy another turn, too. So we're going to send everything back to their hand. We're going to go Harbor, go Lana War Elves. That'll make a better mass manipulation, and then we can gain control of it. I kind of like that. That's kind of what you want to do with this deck. All right, so we're going to get Baby Hydroid Krasis. And I always like to imagine if the Hydroid Krasis is X or whatever. If it's X is 1 on Hydroid Krasis, he's probably like the size of a balloon you'd get at a restaurant. So anyway, going to come in there. Oh yeah, Unesh is Unesh is that's I love playing Unesh. That's one of those commanders that when I built him, I was like, he'll be okay. And then, oh yeah, as time has gone on, I'm just like, this is a nutty card. All right, so opponent, I'm waiting for them to get down. Oh, Hydrocrisis really kind of sets this one open. Enters the battlefield, lose 3 life, gain 3 life, flying 3/4. We can trade. Let's say they go Twilight Prophet next turn. I think we're good with waiting on that. So let's just go Hydroid Krasis. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can go Hydroid Krasis for 6. I like that. That'll be 3. Put us back up to 11. And then, we grow and get another mass manipulation. We go Island down, so that'll make it really easy for us to gain control of some of these creatures and really see this deck really start to take off. Hydroid Krasis is such a good card. If you're new to Arena or you don't have any mythic rares that you're really saving up for, get yourself a playset of Hydroid Krasis. You'll be really happy with that. Yeah, I forgot that it's not always just extra turns. It's with mono blue, you can get stuff like Unesh and Grand Warlord Fibble. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So whenever I do Grand Warlord Fibblethip, I always want to do the beginning of the video like they're reading Dany from Game of Thrones, like Mother of Dragons, Slayer, Freer of whatever. And so I always want to do that, but then I start laughing and it sounds goofy, so I don't do it. So, but anyway, I've always wanted to. All right, so we're going to gain control of some stuff. We're going to go Mass Manipulation for 3. I think we have enough. Yeah. We actually got just enough. So X is going to be 3. We're going to gain control of Priest, Vampire. Now, the only downside is they do have an active Priest, so that's going to force them to sacrifice the Priest activation if they don't want to let us gain control of it. But hey, we'll take it. Let's see if this is going to be good or not. You can feel the little things. I can't remember if there's an animation for this. All right, so they just let it go through. I'll take it. Look at this. Let's go to swing in with Hydroid Krasis. And then we definitely do have the City's Blessing, so we're able to get Twilight Prophet coming down. So this is going to be pretty good. All right, so swinging in for Hydroid Krasis for 6/6. There we go. Knock him down to 16. And then pass the turn. But yeah, this is what this deck wants to do. It was kind of funny, like when Mass Manipulation came out, I was like, I don't want to build a deck with that. I want to have some fun. And if they get another creature out, since we do have zombies and skeletons. I was thinking it was a vampire with Death Baron, but yeah, ours is definitely gonna be really like when I saw that it was spoiled like that, I was like, oh, that's gonna be some. I feel sorry for some of those meta games. It'd be like playing against Teferi, the Chainveil Lock or whatever that is. All right, so they're gonna use Obnixilis Cruelty to get rid of that. All right, so we've got a 6/6 in the air. They've got a 2/2, and we sacrifice a creature with Priest of Forgotten Gods. They have to sacrifice a creature. I think at this point, let's just go Tatyova. And that way we can just start cashing in some card draw. I think that'd be pretty good. So we go Forest, that allows us to draw another card. Growth Spiral. Let's go and push in with our Flyers in the air. Swing in with Vampire and Hydroid Krasis. It's going to knock them down to 7. And then we can actually just go double Growth Spiral next turn. So we'll just go and pass turn. That way we can at least leave up Syncopate to try to counter something from our opponent. And then worst case scenario, if we need to close it out with the Priest activation, we can. We can at least do it this turn and then get some pretty good stuff done. Okay, opponent's going to go Plague Crafter. Yeah, let's go Growth Spiral. At this point, we're just cashing in card draw. And look at the interaction between Tatyova and Growth Spiral. Oh, it's the stuff dreams are made out of. We get down Forest. And the fact that it still blows my mind that Tatyova is a card. It's still pretty wild to me. Alright, so we're each going to have to sacrifice a creature. I guess we just sacrifice a lot of War Elves. Yeah, because either way we're going to be able to close it out next turn. So we'll sacrifice a lot of War Elves. There we go. Poor little buddy. And then we can still just gain control of Playcraft if we want to. Just to kind of have some fun. We'll see what else they get down, but it always feels good just to grab their last creature, just to kind of clear the way. But we've at least got 9 in the air, so that's going to be enough. But yeah, with the 5-color commanders, Niv Mizzet is so much fun because like I don't like I enjoy 5-color commanders, but one of the things I don't like building them sometimes because it just feels kind of clunky. But I feel like because like when I built Ramos, I'll talk about Ramos in a second. Let's go and push in. I don't think there's any funny business Lebowski, but we'll just go and push in for 9. There we go. All right, we're gonna close it out. But whenever I built Ramos, hey, what's up, Pizzi? Or I don't know if I've seen it. I'll have to look on and see that one. Send me a link in a comment, then I'll check it out. Now, as far as our opening hand, we've got Steam Vents, Dragon Skull. Yeah, I like this. Double Chromatic Lantern. We actually have Nicol Bolas in here and Tezzeret. Yes, I like this one. So we'll lead off with Steam Vents, have that enter tapped. And then hopefully with Anticipate, we hit that 3rd land drop. Then we go Chromatic Lantern, and that'll make it really easy for us to get some stuff going. And since we do see Dimir, I'd hate to run into a counter spell. So we're going to go Anticipate. And then I think we do need to at least grab another. No, we do have Dragon Skull Summit, so we're just going to grab Steam Vents. We do need to start working towards that triple black with Nicol Bolas, but with Chromatic Lantern, that's kind of a way that we can kind of get around that, which is always nice. Let's go Shocking Steam Vents. Let's go for Chromatic Lantern. And with Angrass Rampage, unfortunately, we can't make them sacrifice an enchantment. So if they do end up getting down a Planeswalker or a creature, at least we can go for Angrass Rampage. But at least next turn, we are looking at getting down actual Nicol Bolas himself. And so that's always nice. And then we can kind of threaten the Nicol Bolas Dragon God. Or if we just straight up just run into the land for the turn, we get down Nicol Bolas and then go for that +1 and make them start exiling stuff. The fact that you can get down Nicol Bolas plus draw a card and make them exile something, that is a very powerful effect, especially get down pretty quick. So, oh, okay. Ooh, and there we go. Hit the land. So let's go. Well, actually, they did pass the turn with Search for Azcanta. We might be running into Absorb or the other 3 blue counters, Sabotage or Sinister Sabotage. I think. Let's try this. So let's see if we can't get. I kind of want Tezzeret to stick. So if we go Chromatic Lantern, that'll still put us at 3 total mana. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go for Chromatic Lantern. Let's see if if they want to burn a counterspell on this, they can. At least we can kind of cash in a little bit of extra mana, and that'll still put us on Angrath if they end up getting down something next turn. So, and then we can still end up going for Nicol Bolas to get him to flip. So they're going to go for Search for Azcanta. But yeah, I'd love to roll out Nicol Bolas, but I'd be afraid about hitting a counterspell. So let's see if they can't get something down. Maybe go Shields down. Okay, they're simply just going to be passing the turn. So we're going to try to draw that out of there from our opponent. So let's go Nicol Bolas the Ravager. And if they've got a counterspell, I would assume they would burn it on this one pretty quick. Oh, there we go. Never mind. They're going to have to discard a card. And I always love that art. It's like Nicol Bolas just throwing his garlic breath all over the opponent, so it's pretty good. All right, so they end up getting rid of a Hollowed Fountain. We're gonna have Watery Grave. Yeah, have that come into play tapped, and then we'll go simply just gonna go and pass the turn. That little red symbol. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're talking. Oh, that is a major bummer. Yeah, sorry. For a second, I was thinking like little red symbol in the actual card, like maybe it was my overlay or something. I was like, oh, did I have something in the way? No, that makes sense. Yeah, that would Nicol Bolas and Atraxa would be just absolutely nuts. So let's see if our opponent's tapping out for Teferi. If they're tapping out for Teferi, then I do like this. Now we do have counter spells in this deck, so hopefully we can draw into something semi-good pretty soon. Vraska's Contempt on Nicol Bolas. And okay, that's pretty much going to be the coast is clear. I like that. So we're going to go Drown Catacomb. We're going to slam Nicol Bolas. And let's go for the +1. We get to cash in a card draw, and that does leave us open on Bedevil, which is going to be really good. Dylan, what's happening, buddy? I apologize. You're catching the end of the stream. I've been streaming for a little bit. I'm a little tired, but I'm glad you made the stream, man. Very, very nice. And then we'll just go and pass the turn. Yeah, I just this is the longest stream I've ever done. Done 3 hours so far. So it may not seem like a lot, but I'm used to recording and taking breaks randomly here and there. And it's just like you start talking for 3 hours, kind of like by yourself a little bit, and you're kind of like your brain turns into mush sometimes. So now our opponent, let's see if they're going to go for the -3. If they do, yeah, that's fine. We can draw into it. And I think at this point, we'll just go for Angrath's Rampage because that's going to be the easiest way for us to make sure that they sacrifice a Planeswalker. So, and then, and especially with Tezzeret, if we hit another Sinister Sabotage. Okay, so let's go Angrath's Rampage. We're going to make our opponent sacrifice a Planeswalker. There we go. They went good. I'm going to splice the video up. That way people can check it out later. So let's go Tezzeret. I think at this point, we're just going to go 0 build. You're just going to cash in some card draw and find that Nicol Bolas a lot quicker. We go Island for the turn, and then we're going past the turn. Karen Bolas. Karen. My latte was not cooked, was not made correctly. You used low-fat milk instead of skim milk. But yeah, the games have gone good. The only downside is I wanted to show off a Storm deck, and the Storm deck, we were getting ready to storm off, and then our opponent closed it out with like triple Wilderness Reclamation, so I was kind of like, bah, it's a bummer. All right, so we got Teferi back on the battlefield. Yeah, I was about to say, we're just about to draw into Nicol Bolas, so I think, yeah, we go Nicol Bolas. We can go for the +1. Now, if they've got a counterspell, we still have Sinister Sabotage to stop this, so they're not going to be able to stop. Ooh, and then Danny DeVito can't be countered. Okay. All right, so that will end up resolving, and that's going to leave them one. Yeah, we're going to let that go through. So Danny DeVito is going to stop it. And let's go for the draw card. Then we hit Sulfur Falls, so we'll go Sulfur Falls, and then we go for Bedevil on Teferi. And then with Tezzeret, we're just going to keep cashing in some card draw. It's this gluten-free Elder spell. What D&D concepts and characters is the hardest for you to play? Because I got a couple characters that ended up being better played by someone else. So, well, really with Dungeons and Dragons, what I usually do is like if I find a magic character, I just just play it and just kind of have fun. Like just like find a movie character and just kind of like what would this movie character do? All right, so now that we got 3 artifacts on the battlefield, we're really starting to cash in some good card draw with Tezzeret. Draw 2 cards. Even if they want to stop this, we've got to. Oh, look at that Nicol Bolas coming down. So I think at this point, counter target non-creature spell. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we can actually go Nicol Bolas and flip it in the same turn. Well, yeah, let's do this. So we go Nicol Bolas and try to go for Sinister Sabotage. But yeah, as far as Dungeons and Dragons, what I usually like to do is I just pick a character that I really enjoy, and then I just build a character around it, like building Kamal. Like I've been playing Kamal and Curse of Strahd, and I just really enjoyed it. I don't know, I just it's kind of fun imagining trying to play as Kamal and building a character that'll make Kamal happy. So that's what we're going for. Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Okay, so we're gonna make our opponent discard a card and they have to get rid of a swamp. Now, if they don't deal with Nicol Bolas, we are looking at a flip next turn. We're looking at card draw from Tezzeret. So this is we're pretty much doing what this deck wants to do right now. So I'm glad we're getting a good showing for the last little video. I'm still laughing thinking about getting Karen Bolas. All right, we're gonna flip Karen Bolas. She is very angry right now. Oh, we should have swung in first. Sorry. I'm just really excited to get Nicol Bolas flipped. All right, so we're going to go for the 0 ability, draw 2 cards. A couple more. We get down mountain. Let's go for... Is there a planeswalker? We can get... Yeah, let's... So Karen is going to get Teferi to come out and help. Get the assistant manager. We're going to grab Teferi. Oh, look at this. We're going to go for Teferi, +1, draw a card. Being upkeep, going to tap another 2 lands. Let's untap that and then that. This is going good. So Karen got mad. Karen turned into Mega Karen. Just imagine Mega Karen at a Starbucks, just getting real angry. And so, all right, so they're gonna end up going for Chemist's Insight. Do we want to go for whatever they end up drawing off that? We can go for Sinister Sabotage, and then we'll go for Nicol Bolas next turn to draw some cards. Search for Azcanta. If you can hear that, you can hear Sturgill. He woke up from his nap. And let's see what then now. Oh yeah, we do need to keep in mind that they do have Danny DeVito in the hand too. So even if we end up going for Sinister Sabotage, we can't stop that. But look at this assortment of creatures. Oh, I mean, Planeswalkers. We just need Sarkhan out here. Let's be perfect. All right, so let's go for the 0 ability off Tezzeret. Just cashing in 2 card draw per turn, looking really good. But there's Nicol Bolas. Let's go to Fairy. We're gonna +1 draw a card. Oh, there we go. Ralzeric, not late to the party at all. So let's go Ralzeric. Hey, Caleb, glad you can make it, man. Yeah, unfortunately, we're at the 3-hour mark, and so I'm a little tired. I'm going to make this my last game, but we're having a good showing so far. All right, the opponent's going to go for Danny DeVito on Nicol Bolas. So we're going to follow that very promptly up with the Nicol Bolas Dragon God. And oh, look at that. Just shenanigans. All right, look at all these activations. Draw a card. We could draw 2 cards if we wanted to. We're just going to make them start exiling stuff. And then we still have enough for Anticipate. Exile a card out of their hand. We'll go and shock in. Well, we actually don't need to shock in Blood Crypt, do we? Oh, we still have the other Nicol Bolas to go for. Let's go for the +2 and draw 2 more cards. Cast down Vraska's Contempt. Okay, so we will end up shocking in. That way we at least have Vraska's Contempt, Anticipate, and Bedevil. All right, and then we're going to go. We've activated all the Planeswalkers. We're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Use the puppy now. Use the power. But yeah, this is it's really nice to what, Sturgill? And then we get to untap 2 lands. There we go. And they're gonna go for Search for Azcanta. Hey, Caleb, I will always keep that in mind. Very much so. I appreciate that. Chemist's Insight. Yeah, let's see if we can't stick a Sinister Sabotage on that. If they've got a counterspell, they definitely don't want to burn it on Chemist's Insight. Okay, that's good. All right, we're going to go Anticipate. Oh, then Angrab. Yeah, this... Yes, indeed. All right, so we're going to absorb on Chemist's Insight. They're going to get... or no, they absorb on our Sinister Sabotage, and that'll put us in Angrab range next turn. And start just really working our opponent, going for that +1. We can even use Nicol Bolas to go for the +1, which is going to be really good. All right, so they're going to go for double Chemist's Insight, and then we run into Bedevil. Okay, so we're sitting at, how many cards? We're 26. All right, so we go for Draw 2 cards. Draw a super secret nickel bolus. And let's go to Fairy. Be able to draw a card. And then we go for nickel bolus. Are there any creatures we can start working towards our opponent's life total with? Do we have any creatures going to the graveyard? We could get down Rouse Zarek. Now let's just draw a couple cards with draw 2 cards off Karen the Arisen. And let's go Angrath. Where are you, Angrath? There we go. Get on Angrath, and we'll go for the double activation. All right, make our opponent discard a card, lose 2 life. Now we've got a win condition. We've got Nicol Bolas, and we can even get down extra super secret Nicol Bolas and go for an extra Angrath activation. Oh yes. This is what Magic's all about. All right, so we're going to get down and go for the extra one. Let's see. Okay. Destroy each opponent. Draw a card, create a Thopter. There we go. There's the Angrath. So we're going to make our opponent discard a card. And then once we go for Super Secret Nicol Bolas, then we can go for another. Just get rid of that last card in their hand. Oh, oh yes. Oh, yes. We're going to keep the 4 mana. That's going to go for Angrath again. Okay, get rid of Thought Erasure. And then we don't need to go for our own Thought Eraser, Bedevil. Steam Vents, I guess we're just going to Shock and Steam Vents. That way we have access to the most mana, pay 2 life, then we're at 21. And we've activated all the Planeswalkers. Okay, then we're going to go and pass turn to our opponent. There we go. Look at that. We've got Karen Super Friends over here. Then we get to untap 2 lands. And discard 2 cards to get rid of Blood Crypt, and then double Blood Crypt. Okay. So they're going to have Search for Azcanta, and this has turned into a very interesting Nicol Bolas match. So been happy so far. The only downside is we don't have a counter spell, but we still have Anticipate that we can go for. And so if we end up going for Anticipate, then we can try to find a counter spell off this one. All right, so they're going to grab Vraska's Contempt. A little late to the party, and let's see if they end up grabbing. Hopefully, because if they target Angrath, that's pretty much our win condition right now. But it's kind of like, who do you target in a scenario like this? Either way, it's not going to be looking good. All right, opponent's going to go Vraska's Contempt on Teferi. Let's go Anticipate. And then none of those are good, so we'll just grab Cast Down. Okay, that's fine. If they grab Teferi, yeah. If we don't let them gain life, we could have gone for Vraska's Contempt on ours, but with double Angrath, we can definitely put in some work. And they run it, so let's go Angrath. Each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life. Let's go for Angrath again. Now, if we had a Rogue Mage, it'd bring me all the managers. Let's go Nicol Bolas. And we go for the +2. At this point, we're going to, before we deck ourselves, we're going to be trying to win with him. Let's go for the Thopters, because I think if we start making some Thopters instead of drawing cards, it'll actually make us work out just a little bit better. It's going to enter the battlefield tapped. And then I think, yeah, that should be good. We could try to start surveilling, but we're just going to wait on this one. I love that our opponent is grinding this one out. I like it. We'll get our Thought Erasure. And then we'll get rid of a Cast Down, because we've got double Cast Down in here too. So search for Azcanta. Now with the Thopter token swinging across, we've got semi-win condition. Swing in, knock them down to 10, and then once we go for double Angrath, that'll be 5. So basically we're looking at 5 cards coming in. So we have Narset. Now the only downside with Narset entering the battlefield is they get to go for that -2. We can, yeah, let's go and go Vraska's Contempt. Actually, we'll go Bedevil. Yeah, Bedevil on Narset. And the good thing is we'll get rid of that more than 1 card draw per turn. All right, so I'm going to go for Search for Azcanta. If they want to burn a counterspell digging for it, they let them go for it. These are all the different managers that Starbucks has on the battlefield. All right, so and Narset would definitely be in that group with Karen. All right, so Vraska's Contempt, unfortunately, was the reveal zone. Now, to get rid of Angrath, we have to kind of play a little slow. So let's see, they're going to go Vraska's Contempt on Angrath. Yeah, okay, that's going to get... All right, so we need to start making a few more Thopters. We can still end up going for a win condition with Nicol Bolas. They're going to have to keep digging for more Vraskas, so... All right, so we run to Thought. Let's go for the Nicol Bolas, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that was an exile effect, so we're going to go for the +2. We'll go for Super Secret Tezzeret. We're going to go for the plus Thopter ability. So let's go and swing in. Swing in for 1. See you, Bernardo. Hey, glad you get to hang out, and good luck walking the dog. Hope you have fun doing that. And I think we go for the +1. We're just going to make another Thopter. And we go for another Tezzeret. We're going to go +1, create another Thopter. And then let's see. So we're going to go Thought Erasure. And make sure to get rid of that last Thought Erasure. And definitely put that on the bottom. Okay, then anything else? We've activated all the play and we're going to pass turn. So now we've got at least a 3-turn clock and Thopter damage that we're going to be able to deal with. And hopefully this game's gone on a lot. Oh, Caleb, man, I would love that. I would love to be on game nights. That would be a lot of fun. I would highly enjoy that. Yeah, that would, I feel like that'd be a pretty good time. So if you've got a line of contact, I'm sure give him a shout out. Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat. That would, I would enjoy that. Yeah, that's like okay, I would love to be on the show, but there's sometimes where it kind of feels like a TV show. But I guess if you think about what they're trying to go for and they're trying to hit the casual audience, it's good for Teferi. All right, they've got 15 cards. We got 13 cards. Okay, now if they end up going for the -3, that might help us out trying to draw this one out. All right, so they're simply just going to go for the draw. So we're going to go for a Vraska's Contempt on Teferi. I appreciate that, Caleb. And then so we took care of Teferi. They went for the card draw. Let me see. They're going to cash in a card draw. And then let's see. So it'll go switch over to our turn. All right, so we run into Anticipate. We're going to go for the... Let's go and swing in with the Thopters. I'll swing in an attack. We're going to go for the +1, draw 2 cards. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and they run into Ralzeric. Okay, so we're going to go for the extra Thopter. Because we still just want to have some creatures on it. So we're going to go with the extra Thopter token. And then we go for Tezzeret, get another Thopter. Then we go Ralzeric. And if we can just hit some sort of counter magic, that'll definitely be good. So we're going to go Thought Erasure for that last card in their hand. It's just going to be a Plains. Put that in the graveyard. And with us having 9 cards left in the library, I think I would love to go for Ralzeric, but we need to be... that's okay. Look at the top 2 cards. Oh, there we go. Angrath. Okay, so we're going to put Angrath in our hand. We're going to go Angrath. With a +2, each opponent discards a card and loses. Puts them down to 6. Okay, so now that we got 7 cards in the hand, we need to be a little careful. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things, like, that's one of the... they're kind of going for that day 9 feel where it's just kind of like, hey, if you enjoy Magic, you might like this. And, the more people who are more ingrained in the actual Magic stuff tend to want to have something that's a little bit more kind of down to earth. But I totally get that. All right, but you can okay. So they have Kaya's Wrath. That's gonna get rid of our Thopters, but at least we can still end up going double activations. We got 11 cards. We've got 7. Okay. This has been a good one. I'm glad we're recording this. So we're gonna go Nicol Bolas with Angrath. Each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life. We're gonna go Angrath. Each opponent loses a card and loses 2 life. And we've got 6 cards left. So we go for -12. Exile all the but the bot. Okay, there we go. Finally get it. And then with the Tezzeret, we're gonna make another Thopter. Okay, and then I think we just pass the turn. All right, because what's gonna happen is they draw that last card in their hand, and then yeah, I know. Shout out to our opponent. I wish I'm gonna have to write down their username and send it to him later. All right, there we go. We're gonna be able to close it out. Finally get to that Nicol Bolas. Karen got mad and made them close the store down. But yeah, shout out to our opponent for sticking with that. That was fun to see that one. You go, but I'm going to wrap it up for the stream. I had a lot of fun tonight. I want to give a huge shout out to Wizards of the Coast for this sponsor stream. Thank you so much for the opportunity to do this, and thank you to everybody who tuned in and to watch this video. It's always nice, like one of the things about doing a channel is getting to meet people and having fun meeting people all from over the world. We met somebody from France. I think somebody said they were from Germany, from Brazil. So it's just really cool to see all the different people across the world watching me play Magic. So, but yes, I'm tired. We've got a dog that's very agitating my wife right now, so I'm gonna go over there and grab Sturgill and make sure he's a good boy. And I won't have a video going out tomorrow, but if I can download it and maybe edit it tonight, I might. But if not, I'll have it kind of releasing a little bit later on. But anyways, thanks to everybody for coming out to the stream, and I can't wait to do this again. And if you enjoyed the stream, make sure you like and subscribe. All right, bye.